Hello everyone. Welcome to Bright Days, the channel dedicated to helping seniors over 60 create a more comfortable and clutter-free life. Today we're diving into a topic that many of us struggle with: decluttering our homes. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you have or found it difficult to let go of things, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to explore 15 decluttering disasters seniors need to dodge right now. We'll discuss common pitfalls that can make the decluttering process feel daunting and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Our goal is to empower you with practical tips and insights that not only simplify the process, but also make it enjoyable. As we age, our homes should become sanctuaries that reflect our current needs and lifestyles, not reminders of the past. It's essential to create spaces that are safe and accessible, free from hazards that clutter can create. Whether you're looking to downsize, make your living environment safer, or just have a tidier home, the advice we share today is designed to help you feel more confident in tackling clutter. Before we jump into the first disaster to avoid, I want to encourage you to engage with us. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you ever faced challenges while decluttering? What strategies have worked for you? Your insights might just inspire someone else in our community. Mistake 1: starting without a plan. Let's dive into the first decluttering disaster that many seniors encounter: starting without a plan. It might seem tempting to wake up one day, look around your home, and decide, today's the day I'm going to tackle all this clutter. But let me tell you, diving in without a clear strategy can lead to chaos and frustration. When you start decluttering without a plan, you risk feeling overwhelmed quickly. Picture this: you grab a box, start pulling things out from every corner of your room, and before you know it, you've created an even bigger mess than before. It can be disheartening, leaving you feeling defeated before you even make any real progress. So what can you do instead? First, take a moment to create a plan. Think about where you want to start. It's best to focus on one small area at a time, perhaps a single drawer, a shelf, or a cabinet. By breaking it down into manageable tasks, you'll find it much easier to build momentum and stay motivated. Next, set a time limit for each decluttering session. Research shows that our brains work best in short bursts, so aim for 15 to 30 minutes of focused decluttering before taking a break. This approach helps prevent mental fatigue and keeps the process enjoyable. Lastly, define your goal for each session. Are you trying to create more walking space, find things more easily, or reduce fall hazards? Having a clear purpose will guide your decisions and keep you engaged in the process. Mistake 2: trying to declutter too much in one day. Now, let's move on to our second decluttering disaster: trying to declutter too much in one day. It's so easy to get excited about the idea of a clean, organized home and think, I'll just do it all today. But let me tell you, this approach can lead to exhaustion and frustration. Picture this: you set aside an entire day to tackle your home. You start in the morning, ready to go, but by lunchtime you're already feeling worn out. You've barely made a dent, and the thought of continuing feels overwhelming. You might even start to doubt whether it's worth it. Sound familiar? Many of us have been in that position. The truth is, decluttering is a marathon, not a sprint. Trying to do too much at once can leave you feeling defeated. Instead, break the process into smaller, manageable sessions. Focus on one area per day, or even one small section at a time. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day can yield amazing results without the burnout. Taking frequent breaks is essential too. Remember, as we age, our bodies may not handle long hours of sorting and lifting as easily as they used to. Listen to your body. If you start to feel tired, take a break, stretch, or grab a drink. And don't forget to celebrate your small victories. Every item you decluttered is a step toward a more organized home. Acknowledge your progress, whether it's a clear drawer or a stack of papers sorted. This positive reinforcement will keep you motivated to continue. Mistake 3: not considering safety. Let's dive into our third decluttering disaster: not considering safety. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to create a safe living environment. Especially when decluttering, clutter isn't just an eyesore. It can also pose serious risks in our homes. Think about it: a cluttered space can turn into an obstacle course. Boxes, loose rugs, and stacks of papers can easily lead to trips and falls, which can be particularly dangerous for seniors. In fact, studies from the City Days show that falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults, often occurring right at home. It's crucial to prioritize safety as you declutter. So how can we ensure our space is safe? While we tackle the clutter, first, keep walkways clear. Make sure there's nothing obstructing paths where you walk daily. This means no piles of books, furniture blocking doorways, or loose cords that could trip you up. A clear path allows for easier movement and reduces the risk of accidents. Next, eliminate tripping hazards. Take a moment to secure loose rugs with non-slip pads, tidy up any tangled cords, and remove items that are lying on the floor. These small adjustments can significantly improve safety in your home. Lastly, think about accessibility. Store frequently used items at waist level, so you don't have to bend down or reach too high. This not only makes access easier, but also prevents unnecessary strain on your body. Mistake 4. Letting guilt stop you from letting go. Now let's talk about our fourth decluttering disaster. Letting guilt prevent you from letting go of items. This is a common struggle for many of us, especially as we accumulate sentimental belongings over the years. We often hold on to items because they remind us of significant moments or people in our lives, but this attachment can sometimes lead to unnecessary clutter. Consider this. You may have gifts from friends or family that you appreciate but don't truly need or use. Perhaps it's an old sweater that you never wear but can't bear to part with because it was a present from a loved one. While it's wonderful to cherish those memories, holding on to things out of guilt doesn't make your life easier. It can actually complicate it. So how can we overcome this feeling of guilt when it comes to decluttering? First, remind yourself that the money spent on the item is already gone. Keeping it won't change that fact. Instead, focus on the space and peace of mind you can gain by letting it go. You deserve to live in an environment that reflects your current needs and brings you joy. If you struggle with guilt over sentimental items, consider taking a photo of the item before you let it go. This way, you can preserve the memory without keeping the physical object. For example, one of my friends decided to take pictures of her late husband's ties before donating them. She created a lovely keepsake album that allowed her to remember him fondly without the clutter. Lastly, consider donating items to someone who will truly use and appreciate them. Knowing that your belongings can bring joy to others can make it easier to let go. Mistake 5. Decluttering alone. Now let's explore our fifth decluttering disaster. Decluttering alone. Many of us might think that handling the decluttering process on our own is the best option. However, tackling this task without support can lead to feelings of overwhelm, frustration, and even burnout. Imagine this scenario. You've decided to declutter your living space, and you're excited to get started. You spend hours sorting through items, but when it comes time to make decisions about what to keep and what to let go, you find yourself stuck. Memories flood back as you hold each item, and before you know it, you're sitting on the floor, lost in nostalgia, without making any real progress. This is a common experience for many people. So what's the solution? Consider inviting a friend or family member to join you in the decluttering process. Having someone by your side can make a big difference. Not only does it provide accountability, but it can also turn what might feel like a daunting task into a fun and enjoyable experience. You can share stories, laugh together, and even reminisce about the memories tied to the items you're sorting through. If you don't have someone available to help, think about joining a decluttering group, either in person or online. Many communities have groups focused on organizing and decluttering, which can offer support and motivation. Research shows that accountability is a powerful motivator. When we know someone else is checking in on our progress, we're more likely to follow through. Mistake 6. Keeping duplicates. Now, let's discuss our sixth decluttering disaster, keeping duplicates. It's a common trap that many of us fall into without even realizing it. Over the years, we often accumulate multiple versions of the same item, whether it's kitchen tools, clothing, or even decorative pieces. While it might seem harmless at first, holding on to these duplicates can lead to unnecessary clutter and chaos in our homes. For example, take a moment to look in your kitchen. How many spatulas do you have? Or what about your collection of coffee mugs? If you're like many people, You might find that you have 5 or 6 mugs, yet you tend to reach for the same one every time. This duplication not only takes up valuable space, but can also make it harder to find what you actually need. So how can we tackle this issue? First, take inventory of your belongings. Go through your items and ask yourself, do I really need more than one of these? If you find duplicates, consider keeping only what you actually use regularly. For instance, if you have 3 mixing bowls but only ever use one, it's time to let the others go. Second, think about donating or giving away the extras. Perhaps a friend or family member could use the items, or you might find a local charity that would appreciate your donations. By passing them along, you're not only decluttering your space, but also helping someone else in need. Lastly, set a personal guideline for yourself. For example, you might decide that you'll keep only up to 3 of any similar item unless there's a specific reason to have more. This can help you maintain a clutter-free environment in the future. Mistake 7. Buying storage bins too soon. Let's move on to our 7th decluttering disaster. Buying storage bins too soon. It's a mistake that many people make, often thinking that the right storage solutions will magically solve their clutter problems. However, purchasing bins before decluttering can lead to more confusion and disorganization rather than the neat, tidy spaces we envision. Picture this. You walk into a store and see beautiful, organized storage containers. You think to yourself, if I buy these, my home will look amazing. So you grab several bins and rush home, excited to start organizing. But here's the catch. You fill those bins with items you aren't sure you even need. Instead of reducing clutter, you've merely boxed it up and moved it around. So, what should you do instead? First, focus on decluttering before you buy any storage solutions. Take the time to assess what you truly want to keep. Once you have a clearer idea of the items you're holding on to, you can then purchase storage bins that fit your specific needs. This approach ensures that you're not just creating more clutter with bins that don't serve a purpose. Second, consider using temporary storage solutions before investing in more expensive organizers. You might repurpose shoeboxes, empty baskets, or even old gift boxes to start organizing. This not only saves you money, but also allows you to see how much space you really need before making a purchase. Lastly, remember that the goal of decluttering is not just to make things look tidy, but to actually reduce the amount of stuff you have. A home filled with labeled bins can look great, but if those bins are filled with items you don't need, have you really decluttered?